All right, let's be honest. If you're anything like me, you pretty much live in your browser, right? It's your office, it's your library, it's your whole command center. And what that really means is your productivity, your entire workflow, hinges on how well that browser works for you. So, today, we're going to dive into how to take it from a source of frustration and turn it into a seriously powerful, streamlined tool.
So let me ask you this, and I want you to really think about it. During your last workday, was your browser actually helping you? Was it a seamless partner in getting things done? Or was it a total chaotic mess of tabs and logins that honestly felt like it was fighting you every step of the way?
I mean, we've all been there, haven't we? That sea of tabs you're too scared to close. The constant, maddening cycle of logging out of one account just to log into another for a different client. And of course, the endless pull of distractions, not to mention those nagging little security worries buzzing in the back of your mind. Yeah, these are totally universal pain points.
Okay, so where do we start? Well, we're going to begin with the first most common line of defense, browser extensions. Let's call this level 1. Just think of these as little targeted power-ups that help you score all those micro wins against the daily grind.
And the first big boss battle for pretty much everyone, tab overload. It is just a constant drain on your focus, on your computer's memory, everything. Seriously, finding a way to tame your tabs is probably the single biggest first step you can take to reclaim your sanity. And this is where tools like Workona are just fantastic. They bring in this really powerful idea of workspaces. So instead of a totally random jumble of tabs, you can actually group them by project or by client. This makes switching your brain from, say, the Q3 marketing campaign over to new client onboarding totally instant. It's so clean.
All right, next up, let's tackle a huge and honestly often overlooked time sink, repetitive typing. I mean, just think about it. How many times a day are you typing out the exact same welcome email, the same answer to a common question, or the same block of code? It adds up.
This is where a tool like TextBlaze becomes your secret weapon. The whole idea is so simple but so powerful. You just create a tiny shortcut, maybe something like /intro, and the second you type it, boom, it expands into a full paragraph, a whole template, maybe even a form. If you're in sales, support, recruiting, anything like that, this can literally reclaim hours every single week. No joke.
Okay, but here's where we pivot. Extensions are amazing for all those micro wins, for sure, but they have limits. You eventually hit this productivity ceiling because the biggest, most fundamental problems with how a browser works, well, they're still there.
And this really gets to the heart of it. See, extensions are great at fixing the small stuff inside the browser, but they can't fix the macro problems, the deep architectural issues. They can't stop your work account from clashing with your personal account. They can't truly isolate what's happening in one tab from another. And maybe most importantly, they can't protect your actual computer from nasty code. So to solve those big macro problems, we have to level up. We need to go to level 2, the cloud browser. This is where we start to get real, serious control over our sessions and our security, using something like Sendwin as the foundation.
Now, I know cloud browser might sound kind of futuristic or complicated, but the idea is actually super simple. Think of it like this. Instead of the browser running on your computer, it's running on a super secure server somewhere in the cloud. All your computer gets is a safe video stream of what's happening. The key takeaway here is that nothing from that website, no code, no scripts, no sketchy downloads ever actually touches your machine. It's all contained, which means your computer is completely shielding.
So let's look at how this completely solves that awful login shuffle. Just imagine this. In the same browser window, you open a tab and log into client A's Google Ads. Then, right next to it, you open another tab and log into client B's Google Ads. Both are running side by side. Both are fully functional. And because each tab is its own perfectly isolated session in the cloud, they don't conflict at all. That's it. No more logging out and back in. Ever.
See, this is what we mean by macro control. With a tool like Sendwin, you're getting true, bulletproof session isolation on every single tab. You can share access to an account with a coworker without ever handing over the password. And you get this thing called Zero Trust Browser Isolation, which is really just a fancy way of saying your computer is completely, 100% safe from anything happening in that browser.
Now, here's the most important part. This is not an either-or choice. The ultimate setup isn't about throwing away all your favorite extensions. No way. It's about combining the best of both worlds. You take the awesome micro wins you get from extensions and pair them with the macro control you get from a cloud browser. So what does that actually look like day to day?
Well, let's take a marketer. Their stack could be Sendwin at the core, managing, say, 5 different client ad accounts, all in separate isolated tabs. Then, on top of that, they use Loom to record a quick video walkthrough of a campaign and TextBlaze to instantly pop in their UTM templates or standard client replies. It's smart, it's safe, and it's ridiculously efficient.
Or hey, what about a developer or a QA tester? Same idea. You'd use Sendwin to spin up a perfectly clean, totally disposable browser session to reproduce a bug without any interference. Then, you could use a tool like Scribe to auto-generate a step-by-step guide of what you did, and awesome screenshot to circle the exact UI glitch. Again, it's a super powerful and efficient system.
Okay, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great, but where do I even begin? Don't worry, I've got you. Here is a simple, actionable checklist that you can use to totally upgrade your browser experience in like the next 15 minutes, seriously.
All right, here we go. Step 1. Do a quick audit. Just get rid of all those extensions you installed once and never used again. Be ruthless. Step 2. Install a core set of, say, 5 power-ups that are perfect for your job. Step 3. Fire up a cloud session with Sendwin and actually try it. Log into 2 different Gmail accounts side by side. See how it feels. And finally, step 4. Share one of those sessions with a coworker using a timed link. Trust me, that last one will completely blow your mind when it comes to collaboration. So, at the end of the day, this is the goal, right? We want a browser that is both smart and safe. Smart, using all those clever extensions to automate the little things and save us clicks, and safe, using cloud isolation to handle the really big challenges: security, privacy, and managing all those different accounts. So, I'm going to leave you with this one question. Your browser right now, that's probably pretty smart. You've got it tweaked with extensions you love, but is it also safe? Is it truly, genuinely isolated from your actual computer? Because in the world we live in today, a browser that's only smart just isn't smart enough.